Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Morning Manna. It's February the 3rd, and it's a Friday. And here in Texas, we've had a great big freeze this week, and things are thawing out. They started thawing out yesterday, and it's so nice to know that the ice is melting. A lot of trees have been brought down, and a lot of destruction in that way. Literally, it looks like tornadoes have ripped through neighborhoods. That's how bad the thick ice was that has fallen. Well, let me share a verse out of 3 John. It says, in 3 John, by the way, is one of the smallest books of the Bible. It says here in 3 John, verse 12, Demetrius has a good testimony from all and from the truth itself. And we also bear witness, and you know that our testimony is true. Now, that word testimony comes from the word where we also get our word, martyr. It's martyrion. And the word martyrion in one way or another is used 4 times in the book of 3 John, which is pretty amazing considering it's only 14 verses long. In and of itself, the person that wrote 3 John is John the Beloved. And in his the Gospel of John, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, and the book of Revelation, he uses this word over 76 times. This word that we translate to mean reputation or testimony. And most of the time he uses the word testimony. So there's 3 thoughts I want to give you this morning. Is number 1, reputation. Think about your reputation. What is a reputation? Reputation is what other people say about you. They repute it. They say it. And it may not be fair always. But over the course of time, if you have developed a reputation, it's because there's repeated action, and sometimes it's a good reputation. I mean, it's not always bad. We sort of give it a bad context, but it can be a good reputation as well. But a reputation is what people say about you, and over time, if you keep hearing the same things being said about who you are, then there's a lot of truth to it. And you need to address it if it's bad, and then you need to just thank God for it if it's good, and continue to have that good reputation. The second thing is testimony. So reputation is what people say about you. Your testimony is what people know about you. Now, what's interesting is this Greek word is actually the same word for the word giving testimony in the court of law. Basically, it's people testifying or literally sharing evidence and giving a report based upon what they've seen or what they know about you as a person. What's beautiful is, in verse 12, it says this man Demetrius has a good testimony from all and from the truth itself. Here is a man so given to God that he lined up with the truth of the scripture. Now, not to say he was perfect, because no one is outside of Jesus Christ, but to say that he was mature and he was grown in the faith and that he was closely aligned with what was right and true. And that truth became his testimony. What a powerful thought. The third thing I want to bring up is this, though. Our reputation and our character are formed, our reputation and our testimony are formed by our character. So who we really are comes out at some point. At some point you're in a situation, maybe you're in a new workplace or in a new environment. Maybe it's even a new church or just a new social setting of some sort. You keep your guard up and you're very careful, and most likely you've put your best foot forward because you really want to make a good impression, right? But at some point, if you stay with that group for any certain amount of time, your defenses will drop and the real you will be there. So after a while, people will begin to understand and know and discern who you really are, and that's where you gain your reputation, and then that's where your testimony is born. What people say about you, what people think about you, and those are all born out of the character of who you really are. And so I encourage you, do an inspection. Do what David did in the Psalms. He says, "Search me, O God, and know me, and see if there be any wicked way." And ask God to reveal to you anything that you are struggling with, that you need help, that have become part of your reputation or even part of your testimony that you want to change. And God can do that in your life and in mine. He can bring us out of the darkness into the light. He can wash us clean and make us new and give us a a new song in our heart, and a new path to walk. If you have a good testimony, guard it. If you have a good reputation, guard that. Continue to be godly and continue to pursue the truth as Demetrius did, and be so closely aligned with the truth that people say, man, he has a good testimony. Remember, none of us are perfect, but we can all continue to walk in the light as Christ is the light. God bless. Have a good day.